Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, Wakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from the strong captivity. This is Brother woke up coming at you with no lesson. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. And today's lesson is going to be on this comment response that I got from this video. And first of all, I really want to go back into a previous lesson that I did, which is a major grievance for me. It partially makes me want to not make these types of videos anymore. It's like I'm just gonna stop doing this, but at the same time, like I don't think it's appropriate to do that. So I'm going to keep on doing it, even though I hate the results that it get. But apparently, if that's what the Lord set and put up in place, then I'm not going to go against it. Anyway, I made this video, I made this lesson. Of course, it's a car lesson, so of course it got traction, even though granted other videos comparatively have been getting some views, a few views, like 10. If I get 10, then that's like, okay, I think that's like comparatively a lot compared to my 1 to 0. But anyway, the main thing is just again, it's always people want to watch these car videos rather than the informative videos, the boring information videos where you can actually get some actual information. Things are a lot easier to comprehend. It's like you only want to hear like that, and that's the problem that I have. Even though I am very confident in the information that I give, so I wouldn't be uploading something. But well, yeah, I wouldn't be uploading stuff because there have been times when I had to just flat out, scrap a video if I thought it was just too much of, what, I don't think there's enough information or proper information that it's reliable enough. Okay, maybe sometimes, maybe 1 or 2 times I might have actually uploaded something, but still overall I had to scrap more than I've actually uploaded. So basically in the comments I have these two I have this one person posting these 2 comments. He says over here by El Know Him. Oh, okay, yeah, he is an atheist. Okay, he says, let the Lord tell you you have dialogues with God. And then over here he says that scripture you mentioned first is not literal, it's metaphoric. So this is very clearly an atheist, all right, whose whole what's it called, what's the word, his whole gimmick, his whole purpose in life is literally just to go and scoff against, I guess, God in general. Okay, because given his name over here, which is a clear mockery to the title Elohim. All right, so yeah, basically you have this person who, like, this type of well, first off, let me get this. All right, Galatians chapter 6 verse 7, be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Okay, so when these people when these people are mocking the Lord, they're not going to just get away with it. And also, number one, like, this is the thing that let me get this as well before oh no, wrong terminology. Fuck it. Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 22, let the multitude perish then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So basically, these types of people they are basically born in vain. Okay, because it's like you are over here spending your life, wasting your life away, so with the sole purpose of just denying Yahawadah, as well as trying to convince other people to deny the Lord. It's like there's nothing, there's no reward to be had, and all you're doing is accumulating destruction for yourself. All right, and then you also have these other people who aren't even necessarily denying, but more so rebelling against them. Like, so they claim to be an atheist, kinda, in a way, on a technicality, but in actuality, what they're doing, they're just saying a whole bunch of stuff in a sense of like, oh, if God does exist, which already their whole, it's not even in a sense of they're questioning if God actually exists or not. They're really just saying that while actively acknowledging the existence of Yahawadah, while simultaneously disrespecting him. So there's a target for their disrespect, and there is a contradiction to their denial of there being a God, while at the same time disrespecting and actually targeting someone. So it's like they claim to be an atheist, but at the same time they acknowledge that there is a God by saying my disrespect is specifically to this entity. All right. So yeah, this is that whole confusion. This is that whole confusion thing when it comes to these types of people, as well. Primarily people like this person, okay? Because I've also seen lots of different videos where brothers have actually shown like whole videos of a bunch of different people basically fighting against, or not necessarily fighting, but speaking out against the Lord. All right. So yeah, there is this thing, and he said the scripture I mentioned first, which this was a scripture. I didn't quote it exactly. I just referenced it. Matthew chapter 10 verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. So how is this? Where's the metaphor? Like I genuinely don't understand. It's basically saying, and even then it's like you can't. There's no metaphor. Well, number one, there's no metaphor to this, and number two, it's in the sense of for us in the know, or for us being faithful to Yahawadah, we're supposed to be able to believe and perceive that whatever we're going through or whatever we are faced with, the Lord's going to tell us in that, or is going to invoke the exact words to say, for us to be able to properly respond to whomever or whatever we have to address. All right. So this is where this thing is, and that's what I was basically attempting to say. If not, I actually said it, because I don't remember exactly what I said. Okay, or exactly what I said or how I said it and stuff like that. That was basically what I was trying to say, or what I said. And then again, it's like, why do you have, and Slacky, because this is not even the first time that I've gotten comments like this. This is like I think this is the second if not the third most, second to fourth most type of comment that I get, where even though, because I don't get a lot of comments, but this is the second to fourth most comments that I get outside of other Christian type stuff, because these people are always trying to speak out against, oh, the Bible is fake, the Bible is this, that, and the third, and whatnot. All right, it's just like, why are you? Because that's the thing. I don't go out trying to convince an atheist. I do not care about atheists. I don't. If someone says that they're atheist, good for you. Okay, I'm happy for you. Be the atheist that you want to be. All right, That's all you. And then again, in defense of the Christians, because this I was saying this in defense of the Christians. All right, you will have lots of Christians. All right, who acknowledge that yes, sometimes they understand when people don't like to kind of be involved or want to be converted and whatnot. Okay, so there are some Christians that will just kind of like stay to themselves or stay in their own little circle and whatnot. But you also have the hypocrisy of the atheists, where they are the ones that are always trying to insert themselves into these conversations, insert themselves into these spaces in order to try to convince more people, all right, to become atheists. This is a very big hypocritical thing that I've been observing so many times, and it is starting to get flat out embarrassing to these people. All right, for Slakia, I'm gaining secondhand embarrassment for these people at their hypocrisy. But yet you have these people that are coming out here, Slakia, that are going to spaces, either be it in public or in in these spaces like this, like YouTube and whatnot, to actively searching this type of stuff out. How did he get to this? Okay, was it did he just search up God, this, that, and the third? Did he search up X, Y, and Z? All right. How did he get to this where he is actively going this? And even then, when you don't like something, when you don't like something, you don't you don't constantly put yourself in the presence of something that you don't like. And that's that Edomite tactic. That's that Edomite practice of going somewhere where you don't belong. Slakia, let's continue on. Okay, I'm actually curious though. Actively going to places where you don't belong, where you're not wanted, where no one cares about you and your and your thoughts, but you're going to stir up controversy or try to make contention. All right, when nobody wants to argue with you, nobody cares about what you think, nobody cares about your beliefs. Okay, you go stay on your side, you and I go stay on my side. That's how the Lord put up the nations. Okay, because the different nations, okay, they're supposed to be separate. They're not supposed to be all in one place, which that's what Babylon is, and that's why you have so much. That's why and how you have so much racism in Babylon, because we're not supposed to be all be bunched up together like this. This is completely against how the Lord set things up to be. All right. Sirach chapter 11 verse 21, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. Oh, so Slacky, now I remember why I brought this. So basically, the thing is that the purpose of why I brought out this precept, Matthew chapter 10 verse 19, okay, is because it was to basically show that it isn't anything that we can do, or it isn't anything that we can that we will prepare for and whatnot. Okay, everything is literally by the power of Yahawadah Yahawashi. And this is an example for, this specific is an example for that, as well as this as well. The Lord can simply make someone who is poor, someone who is homeless, who doesn't have literally anything, the Lord can just make it so that, okay, you know what, you are poor right here, the Lord's going to put you in a situation so that you will not magically, slackly, that's a terrible term, so you will miraculously become rich in whatever situation. And let me actually get this. Isaiah chapter 46 verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. So yeah, that's another thing where, again, all the stuff that we do, okay, we might do something that leads us to, being poor. We might do something that leads to us being rich. But the thing is that, even be it good, bad, whatever, okay, the thing is that it is up to the Lord YAHAWAH to be able to miraculously change our situation from good to bad, or bad to good, or whatever He has set in place. All right, now the thing is, once again, as I said before, because the main thing about this was how when we are dealing with any type of trouble, when we're dealing with any type of issue, why or we can't necessarily stop ourselves. We can't necessarily adjust our situation or fix our issues. We have to go through YAHAWAH. We have to ask the Lord, that's where we pray and whatnot, doing all these different things. And it is through the Lord's mercy that, okay, you know what, I'm going to make this one brother rich, I'm going to make this one brother have X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third, and whatnot. And just the Lord's going to put a spirit on us to be able to do it. And even and as I said, because I vaguely remember last night, this video that I did, as I vaguely said, okay, it said, well, the title of it is don't let the Lord tell you where, it's not to be taken literal, which is ironic given this dumbass's comment. Okay, he's saying that the scripture you mentioned first is not literal, where I was speaking metaphoric, even with the title. I wasn't literally telling people, hey, as this day forward, just stop thinking altogether and just let the Lord do everything for you. Obviously, I wasn't saying that. Obviously, that's not what I was thinking. What I was trying to convey. Okay, I was trying to convey the message of, through these actual hardships, because obviously we have our own, interests and hobbies and individual issues that we all individually go through, Slakia. We all individually go through, but through the major things, the things that are out of our control, all right, that's where we are like, okay, so this is something that I don't know how to handle. This is something that it might be something that's a bit out of my field of expertise. So pray, Slakia. What I'm gonna pray on the Lord and ask the Lord, to guide me, help me make the right decision. Like you might be thinking like, okay, well, I didn't do any research on the train to Ecclesiastes, okay, or the train to Isaiah, okay, which one should I go? You didn't do any research, you don't know, so you just let the Lord decide for you through just some sort of spiritual discernment, or just in general, maybe you just feel, okay, you know what, I'm feeling like going to the Ecclesiastes train, so I'll just take that. And then that's basically the what's it called, the listening to the Lord through the spirit, okay, where it's not necessarily dialogue, which I literally didn't even say any type of dialogue. All right, and and again, even then, you have people, which even Christians, even though I don't, well, no, that's definitely not true, but you have Christians, even Christians, that say that they feel that they've spoken to God, when even I understand what they mean, even though I don't believe in them, in their same God, even though they follow after Christ and all that stuff like that. I don't follow after. Even when they say that, again, that is still from YAHAWAH, because it is the Lord that's telling them. It's the Lord that's deceiving them. It's the Lord that's telling them that, oh, Hebrew Israelites are bad. Oh, they're black Hebrew Israelites. Oh, they're this, then they're not. Oh, black people. Or I don't believe in races and stuff like that. I'm here for the whole world. All that is still the Lord. And let me get that instead of just saying that. I already forgot what it said. That's not what I wanted, but oh, okay, now I remember Slovakia. Over here, Job chapter 12, verse 16, which with him is strength and wisdom, the deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay, so this is what the this is how the Lord works. The Lord deceives certain people that he did not choose. Okay, so there are going to be times when people say, oh yeah, I had a message from the Lord, I had a dream, I had X, Y, and Z and whatnot, where the Lord told me to do this and whatnot. Yeah, the Lord definitely did tell them to do whatever the thing. The Lord did tell them to fight against the Hebrew Israelites. The Lord did tell them to say that the Hebrew Israelites are wrong, and to tell them that, and to tell them to and to tell them that God is only about everyone and not about a specific race. All right, the Israelites only. All right, the Lord did tell them, because the Lord is the one who is deceiving all those people. Okay, so let's actually get these other two. Where is it? Ezekiel chapter 14 verse 9. And if the prophet be deceived when he hath spoken a thing, I the Lord have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him in the midst of my people Israel. And finally, let me also get there's one more verse. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 11. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Okay, so once again, another precept to prove that yes, the Lord is actively deceiving these people, making these people believe in these type of stuff. And even the Lord is the one that led these atheists to becoming atheists in the first place. All right, the Lord is the one. Slacky, that's funny. Anyway, the Lord is the one that showed them the way. As a matter of fact, let's get that as well in Proverbs chapter 20 verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Once again, going to show you that all these different ways and theologies and ideologies, whatever, are made and guided by the Lord. The Lord is the one who set these people down these paths to believing in what they believe in today, no matter how diverse and different it is from the truth. All right, now I forgot to get this out. Yes, another good one. Joel chapter 3 verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And this is another one where the Lord can put a spirit on us, or let me correct that. The Lord will put a spirit on not just us, but literally anyone to finally, stand up for themselves, stand up for something that's wrong, all right, and to correct the thing. Okay, the Lord will be just as the Lord will put is putting a spirit on these other nations to go against Babylon. All right, now where is it? I don't really need to, but yeah. Anyway, next, Exodus chapter 7 verse 3. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. Okay, so this is another one where the Lord basically hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and in that same sense, this goes to demonstrate that the Lord is actually capable of showing what's the word? Not demonstrating. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? The Lord is able to change people's minds, or make people go against logic. Okay, things that are logical. So let's take the example of Pharaoh. Pharaoh was facing so many different plagues at the time. Slakia for the claps, but basically, Pharaoh was going through so many plagues at the time, and Moses was telling him, if you don't just let us go, you're going to have to suffer through more and more plagues. And he saw the plagues were going. He saw the the things that the Lord Yahawadah was real, he knew, but he still was going against it. Not because it was something that was his pride, or that was something that he thought was logical to just keep the Israelites, but simply because the Lord was putting in his spirit, in his heart, to not to listen to Moses. The Lord was putting in his heart to go through all those plagues. All right. So yeah, that was basically that's basically the same thing that the Lord can do with us. The Lord, be it in the same way, in a self-destructive way, or in a positive way, where the Lord can, guide us to making better decisions, saying better things. Okay, because for example, let's say you're trying to appeal. Let's say you want to ask your parent, one of your parents, or both of your parents, for let's say a cookie. Okay, you might be saying, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, you plan ahead by saying, oh, I'm going to say that, oh, I clean my room, you guys can look at my room. All right, instead of just going up there and then thinking of an excuse at the time. Okay, where you thinking that, okay, well, I clean my room is going to be a good thing, and you plan that ahead to tell them. Okay, and then the Lord can just make it so that, okay, you know what, I don't care, you're supposed to clean your room. As a matter of fact, I remember that you only want to clean your room. You only want to clean your room when you want something. So as a result of that, no, you cannot have a cookie. And then that's what could you planning that ahead ends up with you not wanting to get your thing. But instead, if you just go there without planning, your parent, as you're asking, your parents would say, okay, well, I was thinking about doing X, Y, and Z, and then it's through that, or it's through whatever thing that the Lord puts in your mind at that time. Okay, not from you thinking ahead of time, not from you planning. All right, but at that time, all right, the Lord can say, okay, well, actually, I just took out the trash right before I came here. You can check the thing there. And then they say, oh, wow, you always did, take out the trash, you always did this, time, and third, so you know what, you can have the cookie. And it's through that type of stuff, it's through that ill preparedness, it's through that way of the Lord guiding you, rather than you relying on your own knowledge, know-how, or your understanding that will help you get through stuff. Now let me also end off with this. All right, Isaiah, actually, what fuck, I can just type it in. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and with strength of salvation the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Where once again, it goes into this whole thing of, as we accumulate all the wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures, okay, it is when the time comes, then we'll be able to just recall those things, and easier in the time of trouble, in the time of the Lord guiding us to a certain predicament or a certain issue. All right, so these are the things. This is basically what I was trying to get at through that lesson. But of course, you have this person, all right, who just wants to take things and Asaki, look at it through a carnal perspective rather than through a spiritual perspective. But even then, this is the reason why he doesn't want to look through a spiritual perspective is simply because he is an atheist. He's a non-believer. So this already wasn't for him in the first place. So I don't know why he came over here in anyway. But anyway, with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, where Kwak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of Ball, and Shalom.